Blog Talk Radio.
Tonight, welcome to another helping of Mind Food here at Gumbo for the Soul Radio. I'm your radio mistress, Lady Serenity, here to serve you another helping of some delicious and inspiring mind food. I have with me a team of wonderful women and the co-creator and creative spirit of Gumbo for the Radio, Gumbo for the Soul, Miss Beverly Black Johnson with me, and I just want you to sit back and be inspired. Beverly, welcome to the show. How are you?
I am so blessed, my sister, Lady Serenity, and I am just honored again to be welcomed at From the Heart and Soul show with Gumbo for the Soul Radio.
That's right, and we're doing it again because this is an essential thing to do to not only inform women, but to also let women also see that there's all kinds of situations and experiences going on similar to their own, and how these women have overcame obstacles and they can do the same. Don't you agree?
I absolutely do agree. There's so many layers and voices that need to come forth and tell the stories and encourage and enlighten. So this is a journey and a conversation you won't want to miss.
Definitely, definitely. What we have for you, ladies and gentlemen, we have a sister circle of the contributors of Women of Honor, which is also available, by the way, on Amazon.com. And Beverly Black Johnson will tell you a little bit more about how you can purchase your copy and other things coming up a little later on in the show. Right now, I want to introduce my guests. I'm going to call their names first, and then I'm going to introduce you to them one by one. We've got Miss Yvonne Davis. We've got Kimberly Albritton. We've got Carla Curtis. We've got Minister Mary Edwards. And I'm also wondering, do we have Miss Serena Wills on the line? Okay, we don't have Serena Wills on the line. Perhaps she'll join us a little later. So we're going to start with our first guest, Miss Yvonne Davis. Yvonne, how are you? Welcome to the show. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing well, and I just want to echo what Beverly has said. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, Lady Serenity, to be on your show. I am deeply humbled and grateful for this opportunity. Anytime I get a chance to share my story, I am really willing and ready to do that. So I'll give you a little bit about myself so that we can get moving. I am the founder and president and CEO of an organization founded 10 years ago called Sister to Sister, One in the Spirit Incorporated. We are a 501c3. We are an empowerment and health organization for women and girls of color from 13 and up. And we started, as I said, 10 years ago, and through that we have a mentoring program, Sisters Mentoring Sisters. We are starting our Double Dutch program, Savvy Sisters Jump, and we work to inspire all women. I am also the author of a book entitled Teachers Under Siege, in which I explore the problems that we as teachers face every day in schools across the country.
Excellent, excellent. And I'm sure that's just minimal of what you do.
That
Thank
is
you
just
so
minimal.
much. Thank you, Yvonne. Appreciate
You're
your
quite
voice.
welcome. Thank you.
The next guest that we have this evening is Miss Starr Cleary. How are you, Starr? Welcome to the show.
I'm absolutely perfect. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show. And
wonderful.
I guess you would like to hear about what I'm doing. I tell you the truth is most of us women, and I'm sure the other ladies can agree, if we had more appendages, we would use them because we have so many tentacles going in different directions because we're passionate about the things that we do. First of all, I am a 26-year cancer survivor, endometrial cancer survivor.
Excellent.
Second of all,
hallelujah.
Yes,
amen.
Second of all, are you there? Second of all, I am also an exercise physiologist, a cancer exercise specialist. I organized and I founded a foundation by the name of Regeneration's Wellness Cancer Foundation, and we are a 501c program as well. But ladies, I'll tell you, we call ourselves the Dr. Feelgood in the oncology field, because what we do is our main program's main purpose is and objectives are to bring individuals together who've had similar experiences to promote peer support, camaraderie, offer hope, and encourage their well-being through the cancer experience by implementing and facilitating restorative wellness and movement programs for post-treatment cancer survivors. No matter what your ethnicity is, what type of cancer you've had, we provide all kinds of mind-body modalities for the cancer survivors, anywhere from yoga, tai chi. We do things for lymphatic flow. I could just go on and on. We also provide events.
Okay. And you know, Starr, what we're going to do is a little later on, we're going to let you elaborate just a little bit more. And thank you so much for that. Kimberly, I apologize again for messing up your last name, Albritton. We're going to go ahead with you next and tell us a little bit about yourself, and welcome to the show. Kimberly? Okay, maybe Kimberly got disconnected for a second.
I'm here.
You hear me? Okay.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm from North Carolina, and I'm the founder and organizer of the Mahogany Experience Writing Group. We've been together for about a year now. I'm also an aspiring author. I have a piece in the latest Gumbo for the Soul release, and my writing group is putting out their first collection of poetry and short stories entitled The Mahogany Experience, Soulful Expressions. So that will be out in a couple of weeks. And I'm just a lover of words, and I'm really excited to be here and join with my sisters in a great conversation.
Oh, wonderful, Carla. And Kimberly, we're just really, really happy to have you here. So thank you so very much for that. And we're going to get back to you again shortly. Carla Curtis, you're up next. Welcome to the show, and thank you. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. This is a blessed opportunity, and I really appreciate it. A little bit about myself. My name is Carla Curtis. I live in a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. I'm an author, mother, grandmother. As for my writings, my first book is called A Single Woman's Parenting Journey, Survival Tidbits. The second book that I wrote is called Grip the Rope, Prayers for Single Mothers. And the third book that I wrote is A Date with Jesus, A Woman's Guide to a Closer Relationship with the Lord. And, of course, I'm a contributing writer for the Gumbo for the Soul, Women of Honor. And also I'm a founding member of a ministry at my church called Called on Purpose. It's a mentorship and discipleship ministry for women. We've gone into our first assignment last year was going into a transitional home for women, drug addicted, alcohol addicted, et cetera. And this year, once a month, we go to a local jail to minister to the women through skit and just through dialogue and through the Word of God.
Wonderful, wonderful. Boy, I can feel the power coming through the phone. Excellent. I'm going to go to one more number that I see the hands up. I don't recognize the number, so I'm going to ask area code 443-379 is the first part of your number. Who am I speaking with?
Pamela Rivers.
Pamela, welcome to the show. How are you?
Awesome.
Thanks for being able to join us. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about who you are, Pam, and then we're going to get back to your story in a few minutes.
Sure, not a problem. I am a native New Yorker, right now residing in Maryland, hopefully on my way to California, and I am an entertainment journalist, and I have done a lot of celebrity interviews. I am also a writer. I've been very blessed to be a part of the Gumbo for the Soul series, and I've also contributed to Delta Girls Stories of Sisterhood, as well as to the African American National Biography, which was a joint project between Oxford University Press and the African American Research at Harvard University. And I'm an aspiring novelist and screenwriter, so that's my story.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And I'm sure, again, like I told the other ladies, I'm sure that's a diminutive preview of what you do and who you are, because we carry so many hats. But thank you so much for bringing the hats to the show today. Last but definitely not least, Miss Crystal Brown-Tutam, thank you for joining the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself, lady.
Hi, Beverly. Thank you for having me.
That's Rachel, Crystal. I'm sorry, that's Rachel.
Huh?
It's both of us, but that was Rachel speaking to you. I'm sitting on the sidelines.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I live in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm a proud Army wife. I am the owner of a public relations firm and also an author of a breast cancer memoir entitled Saltwater Taffy and Red High Heels, because when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I couldn't find a book written by a young black woman, so I decided to fill that gap that I felt existed.
Excellent, excellent. Wonderful gap to fill, and we're going to hear your story very shortly. Folks, if you're just tuning in, you've reached Gumbo for the Soul Radio via From the Heart and Soul Show. I'm your radio mistress, Lady Serenity, talking with 8 powerful women making a difference in the lives of those who might need to know where to go, what to do when you are faced with a serious condition of cancer or ill health. These women are not only going to inspire you, they're going to also give you some lessons to take away with, so get out pad and pencil. If you want to call in, the call-in number is 347-838-9657. Otherwise, sit back and be inspired. Okay, so, Yvonne, getting back to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in the book, Women of Honor, on page 15 is your story, Surviving My Breast Challenge. Tell us about your reconstructive surgery, and thanks for sharing your breastimony with us, please.
Anytime. Yes, I definitely have a breastimony. I am a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and the first time it came 10 years ago, I opted for radiation and the lumpectomy. And that was how our sister-to-sister organization was born out of my breast cancer experience. It came back 10 years later, and I opted for a mastectomy with the reconstructive surgery, which worked out really well. They gave me a brand-new girl, and they used the area from my stomach, which most people call their stomach, I call my kangaroo pouch, and they reconstructed the breast in which I had the challenge. It has been a long process, but God is more than good. He is awesome, and has enabled me to come through, and I have to say, come through pain-free. The doctors were amazed. I, too, was amazed. And my husband would ask me, how do you feel? Are you in any pain? No, I was not. I knew I clearly had an operation. I knew I had surgery, but I really came through well. When I got my first diagnosis, I immediately changed my eating habits. I did not eat that bad to begin with, but there were some adjustments that I needed to make. And I encourage my sisters in the community and across the country that we have to look out for ourselves. Since we've been doing our empowerment organization in the community, in New York City, in the Harlem community, I have run into so many women, so many sisters who are not taking care of themselves. They're not going to the doctor, and they're coming up with these illnesses that if caught early on, they could indeed be prevented. So I encourage sisters to go and take their mammograms, because I'm finding that these lumps in our breast are